for you here just for a second and show you how many different CHP vehicles there are behind it. We are overhead right now, but not sure if there's actually a CHP vehicle overhead because of all these low clouds and fog. So we're following here. Now you see the Woodlake Avenue exit as he's passing that again, continuing eastbound into the valley now on the 101 freeway, and CHP following this guy, but a lot of traffic. Again, we're calling this eastbound 101. Sometimes people call this the southbound 101 as well because it follows in that sort of diagonal southeast pattern as it continues this way. But see how dangerous those maneuvers are. They're just swerving around traffic. It looks like at this point CHP actually backing off just a little bit as well because this guy is so dangerous here in these traffic lanes. So coming into the Woodland Hills area, making his way towards Tarzana and then Encino, you can see just extremely high speeds, picking up speeds now in the fast lane, going past CHP. There you go, crossing over Ventura Boulevard there, still on the 101 freeway going eastbound, and just extremely fast speeds. He's taking off and getting some distance there between CHP, but we do have those units overhead and a number of units following this guy behind. Again, started off in Ventura County, now here in the San Fernando Valley, and he is just cruising here along the 101 freeway.
Incredible.
Rick and Sharon?
Justin, do we know how this got started or why it got started?
We don't right now. We know that CHP tried to pull him over somewhere in the area of Ventura County and started making its way into those high speeds. We heard over 100 miles an hour, and look at how fast he's passing those vehicles in the lanes right there. It's extremely fast speeds right now as well, and all we know at this point is that it is failure to yield, and CHP is the units pursuing him, but definitely going to be some other warrants for this guy's arrest when they pull him over. Going to be some reckless driving charges as well. You can see just swerving through lanes and not even really paying attention to traffic. We don't see any of those turn signals or anything. Now we've got another CHP unit actually coming up closer to this guy, but you've got all this traffic, all those unsuspecting motorists here as we come up to the area of DeSoto. Now he's going to try to evade this. You've got one car in front of him, then two cars he split just from the number 1 and number 3 lane behind him. The speed slowed down as he approaches the traffic, but only for the moment as he swerves to avoid that traffic and then moving right back off into the fast lane. Rick and Sharon.
You know, we first picked this up just a few minutes ago. You could see him. He might do it again. He flashes people in the fast lane there to get him to move over, as if he's running the show here, and that allows him to put a little space between he and the CHP behind him. But boy, you're right, Justin. The freeways are still pretty clogged for 8:20 at night.
That's right. Very clogged, actually. A lot of traffic coming into the LA area. There you see him flashing, just like you mentioned, Rick, telling this guy to get out of his way. The guy trying to move out of his way into a slower lane, but just continuing here, extremely high speeds and a lot of traffic. We see some of these 5 lanes filled up all the way across 1 through 5 here with cars. So a very dangerous pursuit here, and this guy does not show signs of stopping. Right now, you see him actually, that's our skid in the picture there, but you see him just coming up on that traffic and beckoning people to move away by flashing his lights like that. So very dangerous situation. It doesn't look like he's going to stop at all. We have these really tough conditions too. You see that haze in their picture actually coming off the headlights. You can see some of that haze and fog there on that vehicle as well. Some of the areas in LA County are unflyable right now. They're very dangerous, very low fog. So as we come closer to some of these other freeways, as he makes his way towards the 405 freeway, if he moves into the Sepulveda Pass, it's the kind of situation where we may not be able to follow him. As Sharon and Sylvia, the vehicle just made its way through the Orange Crush and actually is now on the 22 freeway, headed eastbound through Santa Ana and now making its way towards the city of Orange. And the speed's much slower here as we are on the 22 freeway. Through those transitions, it did appear that the vehicle slowed down significantly. There's a larger number of CHP units on the pursuit now as well. As this vehicle was coming up to the Orange Crush, we saw a large number of those CHP vehicles trying to usher people away from this vehicle just because it's been so fast and so reckless at times, trying to make its way around this traffic that CHP wants to move people out of the way so that no one is confused, that no one is in danger of being harmed by this driver. You see as we pull out right now, we've got about 5 different CHP units in trail of this vehicle. We also have a CHP helicopter overhead. And now that one vehicle in front, the one car just pulling off to the side as this pursuit comes up to him as he's pulling off there. Now, this thing that is setting up now for the 55. Looks like it's coming up to the 55 freeway, going to go to the south area. Actually, this is a Tustin Avenue. So here he can either go south on the 55 or exit onto Tustin Avenue. We do see those slower speeds, and we actually saw him staying in those right lanes, those slower lanes of traffic. Now we are on Tustin Avenue. This is the first surface streets we've seen in this pursuit. He's pulled over right at the exit from the eastbound 22 at Tustin Avenue. This now continuing southbound on Tustin Avenue. We saw those extremely high speeds on the freeway. Don't know how this driver will behave on the surface streets. Again, we've heard that he was originally pulled over by the Ventura County Sheriff for excessive speed. And then the chase was on. CHP then taking over the pursuit as it went through Ventura County. You mentioned the San Fernando Valley, all of LA County, and now here on the streets of Santa Ana, just off the 22 freeway. Turning left now. This is eastbound, just off of Tustin Avenue. He's continuing on these surface streets, but you can see extremely slow speeds, not doing that reckless driving that we saw on the freeway. Difficult to tell where this driver might be headed right now. He's going to go on an overpass here just over the 55 freeway. You'll see that crossing under your picture right now. So a difficult situation for police. This is very strange coming from such a long distance. And to top it off, they are now saying that this vehicle is a rental vehicle and is registered in the state of Oklahoma. So the story behind this vehicle is anyone's guess at this time. They want to pull this driver over and find out exactly what's going on. We had that excessive speed at the beginning, also going to be reckless driving as well as felony evading from police, but now he's continuing off into the neighborhoods of Orange. He is on a surface street here. Looks like 2 lanes of traffic with no control on the inside. It's going to be dark as we go through here, but we'll keep an eye on this as it continues off into the residential neighborhoods of the city of Orange. Looks like he's yielding.
Yeah, it looks like he's driving into a...
Is that a driveway here?
A driveway, yes. Let's see what he does next.
Oh, and it looks like a female driver there trying to make her way into the house. Yeah, and there you see CHP deputies
running inside,
following that woman into the house, and it looks like they're taking her down inside, just inside the doorway of that house. Someone's trying to walk out here and escape the home as well. Very difficult to tell the situation. Again, this is in, we believe, the city of Orange here. Drove around these neighborhoods. You mentioned that a lot of times these pursuit drivers will drive into a neighborhood that they are aware of, and as we see here, this driver pulled over into a driveway, ran out of the vehicle and into a door, and it appeared that they tried to shut the door on the CHP as they were moving in to take this woman into custody, but they made their way in the door and took this woman, and now they are took this woman down, and now they are cuffing her and taking her into custody in this home, city of Orange. Someone walked out the home and is sitting down just outside the front door there, but you can see here the officers taking this woman into custody after that long pursuit coming all the way from Oxnard now into Orange County. Sharon and Sylvia?
And she is not going of her own will.
No,
she had to be dragged out of the house. It was interesting that they ran right in after her. I'm wondering, Justin, in a situation like that where they didn't seem to have any concerns at all about running right in after her, it perhaps had some contact with someone at the home already, or might have known where she was going.
Well, that's a possibility, and you also, we mentioned the behavior of the driver. Once she exited the freeway, we saw that she was much calmer, didn't look like she was breaking any particular traffic laws at the time, wasn't making any aggressive moves towards police. They may have known something about the fact that she was not likely armed or dangerous. They might have just wanted to try and take her into custody before she were to possibly barricade herself inside this house or put herself or anyone in this house in a situation of danger.